Hi everyone, Jem here. Thank you so much for watching today. In today's video, I'm going to be creating this Stepper Easel card. So this is using the trifold mechanism die, and I just wanted to extend it and use it in an alternative way. So I'll hold it up sort of to the camera so it'll be displayed like this. We've got those really cute animals on the front, all the leaves and the flowers as decoration, and then the Go Wild is the sentiment and the stopper. All folds down flat like so. I've got quite a bit of dimension on my card, so it may need to go into a box envelope. So I'm using the new collection from Made to Surprise. I'm pairing that with the Showstopper mechanism, the trifold 5x7, and the terrific Towers chunky alphabet die set. So I'm using the Animal Madness 8x8 paper packs. You've got 4 each of 6 designs, 190 GSM, gorgeous colour palette along here, lots of different designs, perfect to accompany the Going Wild and the Wild Friends stamp and die set. So I'm going to be using a combination of both. And then, as I said, with the trifold 5x7 mechanism die and the chunky alphabet die set. So this is sort of following on from a commission I did for Creative Stamping magazine, where I used the trifold mechanism to create a pop-up, not a pop-up, an easel card. So again, using that in a different way. So in the magazine, there are step-by-step instructions to how I made that. In this video, I'm going to make it slightly different, but I'll talk you through the process now. So let's get into the tutorial. So I've got the 5x7 trifold mechanism die set, and I'm going to take the large plate here and a piece of A4 cardstock. So I'm just going to grab that. And we're going to do some partial die cutting on this piece. So if you look at your die, you've got your more sort of your stepper section here, and then you've got sort of this C shape. So we don't want to cut this edge here. You can cut this edge fine. So basically you want to cut up to about this point. So just along here. So leaving about 1/2 inch so that we don't have this cutting edge, because I want to extend this and make it larger into that easel shape. So I'm just tacking this into place with some low tack adhesive. This is from Creative Craft Products, like so. And I'm going to place it, I'll grab my plates and show you what I'm doing. So I've got my bottom cutting plate here. The edge of the die is overhanging. So if you look at the edge of the plate, it's coming along here, and it's, you know, about 1/2 inch away from that cutting edge. And then I'm just going to place the rest of the plates on top, run that through my die cutting machine, and I'm going to come back to you. So that's gone through now. So if I just flip this over, you can see that it's still attached on the one side. So that's exactly how you want it. I'm just going to peel this plate away. Grab a pair of scissors. I'm just going to chop off those excess bits. So apologies if the sound is sort of going in and out. I'm suffering with a bit of a cold and I'm sort of coughing after every sentence, so hopefully I'm not cutting off too much of the instructions. So I'm lining up the edge that the cutting plate's made into the sort of the groove of my trimmer, and I'm just going to follow that line and just remove the excess from the top there. And then same on this side. So you want to place your panel inside your scoreboard with the sort of the stepper section to the left hand side. just reinforce those score lines. So you want to line up 1.5 top and bottom, 3 to the sort of the middle section, 4.5, 5. Then at 6.5 you want to score all the way through, and at 10, and I've just trimmed this down to 10.5. So that gives us our 1/2 inch tab. So next we're going to fold the panel. So the first score lines that you come to is a mountain. The next score line, valley on the outside edge, and then mountain on the inner. Next score line, valley, valley. So just pop that into place. This one's a mountain. Let's just pinch that. Then this one is a mountain, and that sort of score line then becomes a valley, and then a mountain. So just give that a good crease. And then this forms the sort of the easel section of the card. So hopefully you can see that. Got this really cool sort of side profile there. I've got an additional piece of cardstock that measures 6 7/8 squared. And that is going to attach to this 1/2 inch tab here. Along there. And then we've got our easel card. So I'm just going to add some quick grab glue. So just adding that along that 1/2 inch tab. And just line that up like so. So now we've got our easel. So if I just hold that up, got this nice platform then for this to sit on. So for the inside, I've got a piece of black cardstock and the zebra print. Just notice I've got a slight overhang there. I'm just going to trim that away, just to neaten that up. The black measures 6 5/8 squared, and the pattern paper measures 6 3/8 squared. I'm just going to attach those together and attach that just on the inside there. So I just turn this on this side so you can see it a little better. I've manually cut a piece of black to 8 3/4, not 8 3/4. Where did that come from? 7 1/4. 3 1/4. Dear. By 6 5/8. So that's going to sit on that panel there. And then I've got a piece of pattern paper that is 3 by 6 3/8. So that's going to sit on, in that section. And then I've used the dies to cut the rest of the mats and layers. So I'll just bring that in. So this piece obviously sits just in there. So these elements here, again, using the die, your black and your pattern paper. Now, there's a die within the set that sort of cuts out a larger section along here. I'll bring that in just to show you. So this die here. So I used it to die cut these shapes that will fit inside there. So I sort of lined it up to my black cardstock, so it's just hanging off the edge of the die here. Same with the pattern paper. And then I lined it up with my piece and just made a mark and trimmed that down so it'll sit within that section. So I've got all my pattern paper now ready to attach to the front here. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach that and come back to you. So I've added the pattern paper now to all the sections. So as you can see, the easel is starting to come together. It's up to you where you want to add your stopper. hold that in place. It does sort of hold itself if you give it a good burnish. I wouldn't do it too far back because it might sort of tip itself over, but around about the halfway mark is quite nice. So I'm going to go off camera now and I'm going to decorate the rest of the card. I'm going to stamp and colour my images, some die cut pieces as further decoration on the front. I'm going to add a stopper here, and I'm going to use the alphabet dies to spell it wild, and then I think I'm going to have time to go from the sentiments and some more die cut elements. So I'm going to come back to you once the card is finished. So there's the final card. I'm trying to hold it at a funny angle so you can see it as it would be displayed. So if I hold it maybe a bit more like that, so you can see you've got this lovely cluster of those animals, and then I've added all the leaves and flowers and the sentiment go wild. So the go wild is acting as the stopper, holding that piece in place. You can add a panel on the back to write your message, and this folds down flat to fit in a 7x7 I would say bouncy envelope, only because I've added lots of foam and dimension to mine. But obviously if you keep yours quite flat, then you could probably get away with a normal envelope. So I think it's turned out really sweet. I just love the animals and all the sort of the foliage, really bright and colourful, and that sentiment just really pops then on that stopper. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video from me. If you have, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, maybe you consider subscribing. Any of the products will be listed in the description box below. I hope you have a lovely crafty day, and I'll see you in the next one.